I got a lot of people that wonder how I keep my bikes so clean, like aluminum and stuff. This is a used bike, so it's not perfect, but I still do the same process for all my stuff. The key is to not let it sit with mud on it, is number one. It's very rare I let my bike go a day in mud. Usually it's only after a race day. If I'm just too tired, I get home late, I do it in the morning. That's the only time. Anytime I ride, if it's muddy, it'll get washed. Dust, if it's not that muddy and it's not on like the engine, I'm like, all right, it'll be all right for a next ride. But I'm gonna show you how I wash it, or my process, which involves just a butt plug. I got a cover for my intake in there. I wash these with the skid plate on just to get it off the bottom, and then I take the skid plate off. But I'm not gonna show you how to actually power wash it. I'll show you the other step. Alright, after you get the bike completely power washed, no more mud. I don't use the pressure washer no more. I switch back to a hose, pull closer to the garage. I guess it don't really matter, that part. Fucking idiot. What I like to use is this spray container, big one, and I mix up a shit ton at a time. Where the fuck? This is all I use. The Dawn Platinum shit, okay? Mix that up. I don't know if it's blue, it's good, is what I always say. That's all I use. Anything that says it's a touchless watch actually sucks. I was using Power Wash, but that was getting kind of expensive, the foamy, nice stuff. That did seem to work maybe better, but this stuff actually works pretty much just as good. For brushes, I just got a standard brush. I like a Scotch-Brite. I use a microfiber and these. This is probably my favorite because it was a stiffer one. But as you can see, she's pretty used and abused. Yeah. Kind of like your mother, so maybe sometime I'll pick a new one up of them. And basically all you want to do is, you know, you might want to grab this sucker. I didn't spray the bike down yet, but you can really get in some cracks that you can't reach, whatnot. If I really spend a good bit of time, get used to it, you can actually get quicker at it because it's almost like a routine. You do the same fucking thing every time. And this bike's not perfect, but my Husky still looks good. And I do have a trick to bring back bikes that have been stained to hell and back. But you want to avoid that point if you can, because it never looks quite as new as it used to. So just use that. I always soak it down with that, spray every inch of it, and then I just start scrubbing away. I'll be back after I do that. Okay, well, if you're as lucky as me, you get a little bit of slave labor, and I already gave her a vigorous touching. You want to touch everywhere, and I just hose it off, because all the main dirt's gone, so. But that's how I wash it, and then I'll show you the next step, which is extremely important. If you want this green shit on these cowies to look nicer, that's what I use the Scotch-Brite pad for, is a little bit on the frame there, and then on your damn plastics. And the seat cover, I just use a little bit of Comet on there because they stain like some bitch. I'll change the seat cover eventually, but yeah, that's all I do. I'll be back after washing this, and I'll show you the most important step. Hey, I'm trying to make a video, son.
That's dirty.
It's not dirty, we just cleaned it. Well, then you didn't do a good job. You're fired. This is hands down the most important part to keep your bike looking nice. You can't put it away wet, and yeah, you could, dry it off with a towel. Listen, your bolts start rusting, oxidizing. You don't want to leave it wet. I like this blowgun from Harbor Freight. It's got a, oh man, this thing's got a lot of power. But basically, blow it, man. Blow dry it. I mean, like, it's just like you. After a long, hard day of work, you know, getting the shit beat out of you, it's nice to be put to bed with a real nice blow job. You basically get the point though. You want to blow the whole thing off, and like really your bolts, your calipers, your engine cases. And then really important part, because I'll show you after I'm done completely drying it. You could hit it with a towel. You wouldn't have to blow off as much shit. The only thing I don't focus too much on is radiators. I let them drip out. I mean, I give them a little bit. But I can't do it with 2 hands, but I sit there and roll my chain into the ground right here and blow it all out because that will keep your chain nice. It'll blow some more shit out of it. It might blow shit into it, but I've been doing it like this forever, so I don't really give a shit. Tell me I'm wrong. Blow it off, and after I'm done completely drying the bike, I instantly lube it. That way it don't rust, and you're ready to go for the next ride. So yeah, just give it a good old blow job, and I'll be back to show you the next step that I always take before putting her to bed. All right, and just like that, it's done. I'll show you the after the blow job process, because I take the WD-40. I always open this up and just put a little squirt in there. I turn the bar this way, put a little squirt in just into the corner there. I squirt down my joints and the whole bike right there. Brake tip, this here. And then a little tip here when I just use cheap ass motor oil. I put a rag here and I run the tire and just lube it up with that tip. Watch out, bud. Hey, watch it. Or the tip works though with if you're a WD-40er on your chain, because I've used that too. You can just spray it on top. You don't gotta get it everywhere, and it catches all the excess. You can spin it, doesn't move it. So that's a little tip. I keep this rag is soaked with oil. Keep it with my chain lube, I call it. And then yeah, I use Tusk on the bike. I switched to this instead of FC1 because FC1's more money, and I swear that can might be a slightly smaller, but it lasts longer. I know it, and it does the same shit. Makes it look nice, keeps mud from sticking, that's important. Yeah, and that's it. She's clean. I got this all FC1 Tusk coat, whatever the fuck it's called. That's ready to go on. So what I'm gonna do, and I'm one of them people that have a ton of extra air filters, so I'll switch one over real quick. Lean the bike over when I put it back away. Slap 4 bolts in the skid plate, put the air filter in, pull the butt plug, and she's done. That's what we do. Be careful, buddy. I don't want you to pinch yourself. Actually, I'll throw a little bonus tip in here. One nice thing about washing your bike really well and touching everything when you're scrubbing it, you find out what's loose and what's wrong. So I noticed, like, when my spokes are broken, because I have a habit of breaking spokes. Today's the first ride I didn't break spokes, actually, but like I noticed somewhere today I lost my rear brake pedal. I don't even notice because I don't use it. I took Ronnie Mac's advice, except instead of ditching the front, I ditched the rear. I didn't get a chance to cut it off yet, but it cut off on its own. May or not been the reason my ride was cut short today, nor did the fact that I lost all the bolts almost out of the front brake. But that'll be alright too. I'll probably get rid of that one also. I'm not real worried about getting those replaced. Brakes only slow you down anyway. So yeah, that's pretty much it. But in all reality, when you're messing with your bike, like I didn't even notice when I was riding. Like it's kind of locked in there. And it wasn't moving. And I always hold the front brake, so I might have been holding it. But yeah, so I have to put a bolt in there. I need a damn rear brake pedal because that's what ended the day. I went flying like probably 100 mile an hour, 5th gear pin through single track, and I ended up sliding right into a tree and just smashed it. I'm actually surprised I didn't break the clutch cover. But this bike being used and stuff, she don't look too bad. But you do this with a new bike and I promise you it'll look real good for a long time. And the blow drying part is kind of like what avoids your bolts starting to rust here. This bike already had rusty stuff on it, so not really much I can do. Just because the bike's used doesn't mean I'm not going to take good care of it. Obviously, when you're power washing, you don't want to be squirting fucking water into your bearings. I just kind of back up from it and hit it from afar. Keeps them nice. Oh, almost forgot. That's another thing I use the WD-40 for too. Squirt down your fork tubes and wipe them down. It'll get any leftover water spots on. Same with your rear shock. Get in there the best you can. I always just spray it in there and then try and wipe it with the rag. Supposedly, I heard this from a long time ago, that can make your seals go bad, water spots, and shorten the life of them. Makes sense though to lube them up. They'll have a little bit of lube on there to start with. So yeah, That's a little bonus tip there, I guess, that I forgot to mention. And that's it. So I'm gonna slap an air filter in here, put the skid plate back on, and it's done. That's how I wash my bikes.